It's 12 minutes long. Okay, we'll watch it after we watch this M.Bison video. So Rooflemonger, among other Street Fighter content creators, were at Summer Games Fest, where they had a build with Bison in it that people played. So we get to see how Bison actually works in the game, and he's coming out in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Speaking of which, 2 weeks might be a little complicated, but I'll announce things as I hear back. So let's watch this video. Rooflemonger. If you guys don't subscribe to Rooflemonger, do it. Right? If you're not like a huge fan of his content, do it just for like he's an FGC person. You know what I mean? Support your fellow brethren out there. I can't force you to do it, but I suggest you do it. And I like his content. I think he has some very good takes. Anyway, let's take a look at this video of Rooflemonger getting some hands-on.
So there's a lot to talk about when it comes to M.Bison, not the least of which is that horse. The horse is on the character select screen. The horse...
Yo, he rides the horse on the loading screen? Okay.
The horse is there
sold.
in the intro.
I hate Bison, but
stage. The horse is kind of a big...
There's no shot I'm as tall as Bison. What the fuck? Bison is 6 foot tall? I'm 6 foot tall.
The moveset, maybe? But the horse is very literally everywhere else.
How is Bison only 6 foot tall? That's fucking crazy.
Even the pre-fight intro, you can see Bison coming in all imperious-like with...
Dude, also, I'll say this again. I said this yesterday when we watched the gameplay reveal. I think hopping off of a horse without using your hands is the biggest flex of, like, ever. Have you ever tried hopping on a horse and off? It's like the most precarious fucking thing ever. So the fact that Bison's doing it without hands is like the biggest flex.
The horse there. So let's get one of the big ones out of the gate here. Let me just show you the critical art.
Why does he move so fast? Why is he walking so fast? Oh no. Oh no. He's so fast.
So here is the normal level 3 super, if you didn't see it already in the trailer. Big old Psycho Crusher for sure, with a big old dunk. And on the critical art, it gets fancier. So you take a swing at him, and you miss, and he's just standing on your hand.
Okay, that's fucked up.
Because why not, right? And then he goes for like the Psycho Crusher to end all Psycho Crushers, as it ends on like a low-key, like nuclear explosion. As
Jesus, he's dead.
And just to put it out,
he's dead.
A lot of people are noticing the blue flames a lot. Classic Bison and older games that are basically not Street Fighter V, he had blue flames all the time. So yes, it's still Psycho Power, not Soul Power.
I'm so worried how fast he moves.
Now, in other videos I put out, I mentioned I don't like Street...
Why is he so fast? Dude, like nobody walks that fast in this game.
Fighter V Bison. I like Street Fighter 2 Bison. I like Street Fighter 4
Jesus,
Bison.
his forward walk is so fucking fast. His back walk is also really fast, I think.
Every version of Bison except for Street Fighter V Bison. Why? Because Street Fighter V Bison is slow. This version of Bison is not slow.
Yeah, Street Fighter V Bison didn't even walk. Well, no, he like sauntered. Yeah, like his forward walk was like a saunter. And then he didn't even dash. He would teleport.
He's actually quite fast, all things told.
Jesus
and he has
Christ.
maybe
his back dash is ass though. That's good.
Best forward dash in the...
Oh my god, dude. This is gonna be so fucked up.
Game, it goes very far, very fast.
Oh, this is gonna be so fucked up.
You may know that Akuma is the fastest character in the game, right? Well, it looks like Bison, this is overlaid with each other, is about as fast as Akuma is in forms of a back and forward walk speed.
No.
So that means the death of slow Bison. So fans of classic Bison like myself who like the fast walk speed.
I'm really happy he went through all of this the trouble to overlay footage on top of the footage. This is sick.
This is back. This is a time to rejoice. Our quick boy is back. But of course, it means nothing if we don't have the stupid overpowered normals to go with it. And good news. So
good news, he says.
Stand medium kick is back where it belongs. Look at the range on this.
Okay. As long as you like can't cancel out of it, I think we'll be all right. I think the most you might be able to get drive rush standing medium kick is going to be a thing, isn't it? It's going to be a thing.
Just like the good old days. So you can abuse that fast.
Also, like I feel like I'm coming across as like somebody who's like dreading this character, but I mean this in a positive way, right? Like, look, this character is gonna be a pain in the ass to fight, but I'm really happy he's in the game. You know what I mean?
Fast walk speed and just kind of walk up and poke with stand medium kick all day long, which is great.
Hell, if he has that good of a medium kick, I'll fucking use him.
And also stand heavy punch is like
That goes pretty far. That goes pretty far, but it has super slow startup. It's almost like the Luke thing, like the charge punch where he goes, yep, right?
Be the longest range normal that's not Dalsum related. I don't know, but like it is from very far away.
I think Manon's standing roundhouse goes farther though.
Also a punish counter button, by the way. So the boy.
So that's okay. So everybody that fishes with punish counters, which is like just about everybody that plays in like the beginning of master rank, it's just going to be a lot of walking and whiffing that button. Although like it looks like that button is actually whiff punishable.
The walk speed, the boy has the normals, and that's really all I wanted, and everything else is gravy.
I do really like the way he looks though. Honestly, like the torn up cloak and the pants with the belt actually looks really sick.
Now don't get it confused, he's still a new beast, right? This isn't Street Fighter 4 where you go crouch like kick 3 times. Hell, this isn't even Street Fighter 2 where stand like kick, crouch medium kick into touch of death combo. Like, we're not doing the old classics, right? There's new stuff.
Okay.
Like, say this.
Oh, no, he's going to show the drive rush, isn't he?
So, notice I'm going to walk forward here and scissors kick.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Did they make scissor kick a command move? Or like a motion input instead of a charge?
How on earth am I walking forward and scissor kicking? It's a charge move. Well, not anymore.
Oh boy.
It's a motion move now. Now,
honestly, that's good for me because my brain doesn't work with charge characters. So this is probably gonna be. I'm probably gonna use this fucking character now.
Bison does.
It's me. I'm the problem.
Remain a charge character.
Okay, Psycho Crusher, knee press, back fist combo. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so Psycho Crusher is still a charge move, and the jump, like the devil's reverse thing, is a charge move.
We can look at the move list here, right? So Psycho Crusher is still a
man. You know what? I thought something like this would happen, but I was expecting double knee press to still be a charge move. It's crazy that they didn't make that a charge move. Holy shit.
Charge attack, and we'll talk more about Psycho.
That's gonna be wild.
Crusher. Any other moves? Shadows Rise, which is
that's the mine button. That's the V trigger 2.
Is what move. Head Stomp and Devil's Reverse begins from now. That's also a charge. But everything else is motion, which is sort of how, well, Street Fighter 6 works now. But
oh, his supers are motion? Oh, boy. Well, I guess that's standard for every character, right? Does any character have charge input, charge supers? No, right? The only character I could think of that being a thing would be like Guile or Chun, but I think it's all motions.
He is still at least a charge character in the end. They didn't make him fully motion like some of the other characters. If you like your M.Bison, I know you don't want him to be anything but a charge character, right?
Yeah, that's a bizarre thing. I guess, I don't know, maybe like charge characters are a thing of the past now. Like, are charge characters obsolete? Is that what's happening here? Are full-on charge characters obsolete? Because I think all characters like have some charge moves and some not, right? Chun-Li, for example, her spinning bird kick is not her anti-air anymore. It's down-down. It's a down-down input. Who else was a charge character? Guile. I can't remember. I know Guile still has Sonic Boom Flash Kick. I feel like every character has like their version of Sonic Boom Flash Kick, right? Like Chun-Li has the Fireball and Spinning Bird Kick. Blanca has Horizontal Blanca Ball and Up Down Blanca Ball. Honda has Headbutt and Butt Stomp. Who else? Anybody else a charge character in this game? Also, if anybody calls Luke a charge character because of like him charging his moves or whatever, like fuck off. It's not a charged character. I'm kidding. You can call him whatever you want. I don't care.
Right? But some of the new motion stuff with the back fist combo, especially with the Psycho Mines, that's kind of a big deal. Now,
whoa. I wonder if... So, something about this game that I think is very bizarre is how they have been treating target combos, right? I think with the exception of Jury, Kimberly, and Jamie, and maybe Luke, I feel like a lot of target... Well, I guess Ken as well. But I feel like a lot of target combos, which feel like should lead into special moves, don't, right? There's a lot of target combos that's just like, oh, here's your combo, that's it. You don't get to cancel this. You don't get to do anything off of it. And just recently, they started making them super cancelable, which, cool. But yeah, I feel like the way they've been approaching target combos has been very bizarre.
Now, he's got some new toys, especially in terms of...
See, like, I feel if this doesn't cancel into a special move, then, like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Just command normal, so let's talk about those.
Oh my
So one
God.
of them, he has a proper overhead now. Has to be...
Oh, no. That was the one thing that made Bison tolerable in Street Fighter V, is you could... he didn't have an overhead.
block standing. Bison's never traditionally had much in the way of overheads. Usually... it's usually one of the weaknesses of the character is that he has to break you open the old-fashioned way. Now with an overhead,
Oh no, Bison! Oh no, drive rush overhead with this character with the drive rush we saw. Oh boy.
well, you can at the very least gimmick you out, and on counter hit or on like a drive rush with additional frames, you can actually combo out of it as well. Not the least of which, it also has a target combo where you can target combo into it, and it remains
Okay, that Guile does that too.
an overhead when you do it as a target combo. So medium overhead, and he has another target combo, which is medium.
Is it off of? Is it both off of medium like that? So that's his
basically, if you
mix-up.
Medium, it's 50-50 time to guess.
Oh boy.
And I know you're at home. Well, Rooflemonger, I believe I'll fuzzy guard and block him. No, you won't. Shut up, okay? You're not gonna. It's not huge reward, but it's a quick little overhead low.
Yeah. So the reason why that's important is, making. So blocking is already like a precarious thing to do in this game, right? It's no secret that blocking is very 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 bad. If you're blocking something, if you're in a block string, you're kind of fucked. Because you're losing your drive meter. Your opponent has the opportunity to drive rush cancel in your face, so you have to eat a bunch of different mix-ups. And you know, not even to mention like screen positioning. You lose a lot of screen positioning by blocking. So having these mix-ups and making you even second guess your blocking is going to really fuck people up, right? Like having people like doubt whether to block low or high is such a powerful tool in this game. Especially when we get to talking about like the hit confirms in this game, right? Like the way this game is being played right now, which is no secret that like I'm not the biggest fan of, and I'm starting to get used to it. I'm finally like I've been playing more Street Fighter, and I've been kind of finding myself having fun doing certain things. What I think is very interesting about this game is with something like Street Fighter V and Street Fighter 4, you always had your block string, right? Where you would get like your like block string combo, and then it would end with a special move. Think of like a low forward fireball, right? Low forward fireball, very simple. You would always do it whether it was on block or on hit. With these games, now the way that they are, specifically starting around Street Fighter V, I think there are gaps in all of these like block strings, right? So it's not like nothing is guaranteed where like you can just do something, end on a special move, and then your turn is over, and then you wait for the opponent to attack, right? It's like you guys ever watch this is like a really old thing. Like when I was in high school, I started watching Family Guy, and there's that episode where Chris talks to a girl and he goes, "My name's Chris, now you say something." That's essentially what like those interactions were back then, right? It was you do your thing, you end with a special move. Like say if you were playing Ryu, for example, you would do like jab, like Street Fighter 4 Ryu. The way I used to play Street Fighter 4 Ryu, you would go jab, jab, crouching medium kick, fireball. That's it. If they blocked, then you let them take their turn. Now it's your turn to deal with whatever they have. If it hit, instead of doing fireball after crouching medium kick, you would do something else. Or after the jab, you would do something else, right? If it was a punish, you would even start with medium buttons, whatever. Street Fighter V, it got to the point where low forward fireball had a gigantic enough gap that you would be able to do shit in between, right? So it's unsafe to do that. And the same thing kind of happens in this game, where a lot of, like, I feel like this game doesn't even have block strings, right? Most of the stuff in this game is negative, including jabs, right? A lot of jabs are like -1, -2. So if somebody blocks a jab, like, that's the end of their turn, right? So going into special moves, I think like the majority of special moves in this game are also either negative or punishable. Most probably punishable. So all this boils down to what I was saying is second guessing how you're blocking is extremely powerful in this game because where I was going with the previous statement about like how block strings were and how different they are now. What happens in Street Fighter 6 is people block confirm. I'll call it block confirm. If you block a move, or not even if you block a move, if a move hits or blocks, it doesn't matter what the end situation is. It's like 9 times out of 10 canceled in the drive rush. Why? When you cancel in the drive rush, you're on plus frames, your opponent is stuck blocking, and they have to then eat a mix-up, right? So there is, aside from meter management, which you just have to be careful about, there is zero downside to just doing button into drive rush confirm. And that, I think, is what's kind of been irking at me, right? Where like people just do that. Like they just fish with a button and then they buffer drive rush whether it hits or blocks. So being put into block stun in this game is so difficult because of those types of confirms and the block confirms, if you will, and because damage is so high and like the risk reward, or not the risk reward, that's not what I mean. The damage is so high and like the threat of all of the crazy ass mechanics in this game are in front of your face. So I'm curious to see what the frame data is for that stuff on hit. I'm assuming once you get hit by one of those target combos, you then just have to eat a mix up, right? Like I'm assuming you're probably plus enough, like whether it's like +1 or +2, that you then start another string of whatever. So like, for example, say you're blocking a Bison medium punch and Bison goes into the low. The low hits you. Bison then has the option to stick out a low, a mid, or that overhead, or he has the option of drive rushing in your face, and then you're dealing with all of that plus another 4 frames. So, yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, and I'm curious to see if they just leave it at that, or if they'll let you confirm into something, right? Or if they'll let you confirm into something. Anyway, sorry that I went on that rant.
Guessing game. Back heavy kick is the classic Street.
Is that also off of medium punch?
5 stand hard and block them. No, you won't. Shut up, okay? You're not gonna. It's not huge reward, but it's a quick little overhead low guessing game.
Well, yeah, it's not a huge reward, but it kind of is at the same time. And the reason I say this again is because you get that pressure going, right? You get that pressure started. Back like the momentum shift, if you will.
Heavy kick is the classic Street Fighter V stand roundhouse, and it's mostly for combos. It's special cancelable, unlike his normal stand guessing game.
What did he do here? Is that crouching medium punch?
Back heavy.
Oh no, that's standing medium punch and the crouching
kick
medium punch
is the
in the
classic
kicks.
Street Fighter V stand.
None of that comboed. I don't know if you guys saw that, but none of that comboed.
Roundhouse. Shut up, okay? You're not gonna. It's not huge reward, but it's a quick little overhead low guessing game. Back heavy kick is the classic.
Okay, the scissor kicks didn't combo, so I'm assuming you might have to spend meter.
Street Fighter V stand roundhouse, and it's mostly
so stand roundhouse does
for combos. It's special cancelable, unlike his normal stand heavies. As for it being plus on block or not, I don't have the benefit of frame data and all that kind of stuff. But doing the old classic jump test, it looks like the Bison doing.
It looks like it goes back to even.
The roundhouse has very slight advantage.
Does it?
So
we do it again.
May still bit of frame data and all that kind of stuff. But
okay, yeah,
doing
yeah.
the
There's
old
like a frame or
classic
two,
jump
so
test.
it's probably +1. It's probably +1. A lot of heavies on block, or like a lot of like whatever your character's plus button is +1, right? Think of Jamie standing medium punch where he goes, "Peh!" Or Manon back fierce, right? They're all +1. Kimberly crouching medium kick, they're all +1. So I'm assuming that's what this is as well.
It looks like the Bison doing the roundhouse has very slight advantage, so it may still be slightly advantage on block, but just going by the video, don't take that as gospel or anything. Let's wait for the frame counter.
Yeah, it might be. It might be
plus on
+1.
block, special cancelable heavies are always welcome. And yes, if you saw the trailer, the drive rush is crazy. DJ, your gimmicks being stolen, basically, right?
Also, that crouching medium kick worries me.
Bison.
I don't think Bison's ever had a crouching medium kick, right? He's always had the confirm off of low light kicks, right? Which is what made the confirm in Street Fighter 4 so crazy, right? He would just low confirm light kick 3 times.
Has one of the better drive rushes in the game. It goes very far, very fast. It basically goes to full screen, right? So
honestly, is this the character that's finally going to get me to play a charge character?
Once again, this is the return of fast, high-pressure Bison. The old plodding Bison of Street Fighter V, long dead. Now, let's talk some of the special moves. Yes, Psycho Crusher return.
Yeah, so we've already seen this in the preview. Psycho Crusher without meter can block, I believe, just one projectile, right? It does the clash.
And yes, it destroys projectiles.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just one armor, right? Like a lot of characters, or like if you throw a fireball, it's a fireball clash, right?
So it doesn't need to be an EX or anything like that. It will destroy a single hit of a
That wasn't a punish counter, important to note.
projectile by itself. Now, that said, specifically, a single hit only. So if the projectile is, for whatever reason, multiple hits, it'll destroy the first hit, then lose to the second one. However,
I think that's normal.
EX Crusher is just full invincible to all projectiles. Bison traditionally has always struggled against heavy projectile users, and he's much better in this incarnation of the game against them.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I forget. We just saw his sweep. I remember somebody on Twitter saying he's got the rich white woman sweep.
That said, for the gimmicks, no cross-up crushers on knockdown. I tried. It just doesn't seem to work.
That's a little bit of a shame. You know what? As much as I hated the cross-up Psycho Crushers, I thought they were cool, right? Because you have to kind of know what you're doing to do those. And it's like also like once you see it once, it's like you know where to block, right? Especially because this game has parry. You can just do parry on wake up. It'll be fine. Leave that in there.
I guess.
Although granted, if you're in burnout, which by the way, if you're in burnout, that's 7 times out of 10 your own fault. So maybe in burnout that'd be too much.
And except for full screen EX Crusher, all crushers are guaranteed punishable on block. And even full screen EX Crusher is still negative. So watch out on that.
Oh yeah, that's counter hit.
But we got that
counter hit,
fancy new mind mechanic, which we're going to talk more about in a second.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this shit.
And that can make crushers safe on block. And EX Crusher might even be plus on block with the right spacing. The bomb detonation after the Psycho Crusher hit overwrites the block stun and makes just everything a lot safer.
Okay, so it is like Testament in Guilty Gear, where it's not necessarily timed, but like once you get a hit,
it's an interesting mechanic.
It does it. I wonder if, you know what this actually makes me think of? It makes me think of Gil in Street Fighter V, where Gil had the fire and the ice thing, where like if you got iced and you were covered in ice and Gil hit you with an ice attack, it would give you essentially like a crush counter version of that attack. Same thing with fire. Like whenever you had fire, if you set your opponent on fire and then hit him with a fire attack, it would give you like a crazy ass like crush counter type thing. I wonder if this is exactly how they're handling that.
Now, scissors. Why do scissors when we have Psycho Crusher, right? Well, because scissors, as far as I can tell, is always advantage on hit, and increasingly so depending on the version, heavier being the most advantage. And also, it never knocks down.
Okay, that's huge. That's huge. So what that does is it's gonna let Bison maintain pressure, right? Instead of it, because I think in Street Fighter V, if you ever got hit with like a heavy version of kicks, you would get on the ground and then return to neutral. If I'm not mistaken, I could be remembering that wrong.
So you can get your hit confirm in, do scissors, and then still be advantage
Especially because it's plus on block. Or a plus on hit. That's crazy.
in their face
Not that's not unusual, but like it's gonna be good.
while they're standing, right? Because once again, this version of Bison,
There's a version of Ken's Tatsu in this game that does that. Except like it's so plus that you can combo after it if you get the hit.
is pressure, 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 make you sweat all the time.
Pressure, 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 pressure.
And as we saw earlier, EX Scissors is just world's easiest juggle starter. Off any medium
Yeah, honestly, I think this specifically, I think is what got me interested in this character.
or heavy, not so much lights. You just do EX Scissors, you get a launch, go for whatever. Easy follow-ups. Scissors also a good choice off lights, because even if you do 3 hits, which the back fist will miss on 3 hits, Scissors will not. So you kind of have the choice, okay, do I want to go for Scissors or do I want to go for back fist off a light hit confirm combo?
I wonder if you can like drive rush off of that and still get combos, or if you have to spend EX to get.
Now, next up is the Devil's Rise, charge down, then up and kick. And this is an amalgamation, a combination of Devil's Reverse and the Head Stomp. So you don't control it in air as it is. The kick you press determines how far you go.
Okay, I like that.
But after you're in the air, then you can Devil's Reverse or then you can Head Stomp. You have the choice which one's going to be which. It's not like one or the other like it classically is. Like if you do punch, then it has to be Devil's Reverse. If you kick, it has to be Head Stomp.
Okay, that worries me a little
Now
bit.
you just do this move.
Oh, okay. At least like it's reactable in the air, right? It's just like every other dive kick in this game. Like it's gonna be difficult to deal with, but at least you can change whatever you were about to do. You can change whatever you were about to do when it happens.
Shoot.
That looks reactable.
So you don't have air control on the base version. Once again, the strength of your button determines how far you go, but you have incredible air control.
That's crazy.
On the Devil's Reverse. You can stay far back. You can move basically the full screen, however much you want to go on it, and trick people up. You can do it very.
As the one issue I had with this specifically in Street Fighter V is the cross up that you had on this would fuck up your input, right? Like if Bison was on top of you doing this, whatever you did, your inputs kept getting fucked up. So if I wanted to do, for example, I played Karen in Street Fighter V. If Bison Devil's Reversed on top of me, my best option is to do a command dash away. However, I was never able to get that because of the cross up shit he was doing, right? It would completely negate any of my inputs. So it was so difficult. Even if I tried the dash, I would often just get like, right? I would never dash. So I hope that that's something that is going to be fixed. With the way this input buffer system is, I wonder if this is going to cause way more problems. I wonder if this is going to cause a shit ton of problems.
Really very powerful. And Head Stomp works about as well as you would think. So if you're trying to go full screen, you probably have to use the heavy kick version of Devil's Revised, because otherwise you're just not going to have the distance. But
it bounces up like that. Did it always do that? Am I crazy? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay.
Stomp, well, you stomp them on the head. And by the way, Devil's Reverse and Head Stomp are both true overheads. They
Wait a second. Did that side switch?
Because otherwise you're just not going to have the distance. But Head Stomp, well, you stomp them on the head. And by the way, Devil's Reverse and Head Stomp are both.
Oh, he side switches in the air. That's wild.
True overheads. They do have to be blocked standing in this game.
Okay.
And they look about as annoying.
Did you see the proximity block on Bison there? That worries me. That worries me a little bit. Well, look at this Bison, the one that gets hit. Look at his his stance change.
This game. And
see, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
They look about as annoying as they traditionally are, so that's really good. EX Devil's Reverse is multi-hitting, and by the way, you can EX after the jump. You don't have to EX right away, so you can choose which one you're going to do. And also EX detonates the Psycho Mine, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Oh, okay, so that's what's happening. All right, I thought from the trailer that he got a mine whenever he did this, but it looks like he just detonates the mine when he does it, which gives you a follow-up, which, again, cool. I like that.
If it's already up. And EX Head Stomp is just a giant cash out for damage.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of discussion about the whole knee on the neck thing. I'm not even going to go into it. I just wanted to mention that that's a thing that's being discussed on Twitter.
just enter like, you know, the semi-cinematic animation, take your damage, and then you move on back.
What happens if you do that when they have a mine?
So now let's talk the Psycho Mine specifically. So this is done by doing his backhand combo. And if you do it, regular version or EX, it doesn't matter. It applies the mine, that's the blue thing, and it eventually explodes.
So there is a timer on it.
On its own.
So it's just like Street Fighter 5 V Trigger 2 Bison.
And certain moves also trigger it to explode early on hit or on block.
So it's like a mix of Street Fighter 5 V Trigger 2 Bison and Testament from Guilty Gear Strive,
which can change the block value of some moves like we talked about earlier. Psycho Crusher, it can make Psycho Crusher safe on block when normally it's a full punish. In my time with this, I found this more valuable as a pressure tool rather than like as a combo monkey tool. You can definitely combo after the fact, as you can see here, right? Combos are okay.
I wonder if there's like an activation that you can do, right? Because in Street Fighter 5, what Bison would do is he would plant the mine, and then whenever he wanted to, like, and the mine would have the detonation timer or whatever, right? Where at some point it would detonate. But at any point, Bison could just reactivate V Trigger 2 and he'd go, and then it would blow up the mine whenever he wanted, right? I wonder if that's a thing in this game.
But it's more just the threat of it, right? Like you have to do something and fast. Now, if you hit the enemy, it will go away. Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. Excellent choice.
Yes. But it's
the same thing they did with Akuma Air Fireball. I think that's like the best thing you possibly could do in this game.
Go away on proper hit. If the enemy is blocking, you still got to deal with the mine. Like,
I get it. I get it.
Like you got to do something or deal with it, right? Like you can block the actual explosion, yes, but it's just basically once it's on, Bison now dominates the conversation, as it were, right? He dominates.
I'm assuming that's a. Well, I guess the positive side of that is like if the Bison's just gonna block, you just throw him.
It's the conversation for the next few seconds of the game.
And it's cancelable from lights.
Because what are you going to do? Are you going to play passive and wait it out? Bison has...
It doesn't look like you get a combo after that.
An overhead in this game now. Like he can potentially...
Oh, yeah, he has an overhead.
Actually overhead you, and then the bomb detonates, then he can combo out, right? So you can't play too passive, so it's very interesting. Now,
it looks like you can get
backhand
something.
Again, move, it will launch, but not in a way you can combo from unless you do the EX version specifically.
Mm-hmm.
The EX version gives a bigger bounce than the regular non-EX version. So
does it only EX, or does it only let you combo from it if you already had the mine?
At which point you can just, like, you can't get much, but you can get like light scissors. I think you can get slide as well, so you can stay closer on them. Since these moves combos from lights, you can't get a lot. You can always at least get like a level 1 super, Knee Press Nightmare. So that is something. Like, it's a not bad damage.
Yeah, off of a light, that's really good damage. That's basically like round ender shit.
Cash out, all things told. You can also combo from EX Devil's Reverse, but only in the corner. And regular one, you can't combo at all. You just get the bonus damage. Basically, if you're not spinning bar, you're not getting much, right? Crusher, it'll detonate it, yes, but only just gives you the explosion. That's it.
It also gives you hella plus frames. Jesus.
EX Crusher does give you a very fancy cinematic, actually. That one's kind of worth the price of admission. And I think it does have a good amount of combo potential as well. So after you connect with EX Crusher specifically, after the mine, it has like this big cinematic attached to it. And it creates an OTG OK.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. I don't know why that popped like that. I apologize. Okay, that's what they showed in the trailer. So if you have the mine planted and you hit them with an EX Cycle Crusher, it causes that whole new animation, which gives you a follow-up after.
State that you can land the head stomp from, EX head stomp specifically. So you do it, you launch them, and then you can do EX head stomp really quick after the fact. It won't go into the full cinematic because it's OTGing, right? And then the head stomp OTG also creates a juggle OK state, so you can go for like Crusher or Scissors, and then cancel that into a level 3, and that'd be like a really good, game-ending combo, perhaps.
I wonder if you can get, like, instead of having to do stomps or anything like that, if you can just do Drive Rush normal, right? I feel like that might be a way better use of it. I don't know if Rooflemonger had the chance to try it, or if he even thought of it. Again, like, he probably had limited time with this, so he probably didn't get to try everything he wanted to try.
So generally, in my opinion, the mine seems to be mostly good just for general pressure.
Dude, just planting the mine is already such a huge deal. It's exactly what I was talking about with the target combos, right? Like just the threat of having that there and forcing you to like not do anything is so important. Granted, if he can't activate it whenever he wants, then that changes everything. And I think that might be the case. He might not be able to activate it.
Although with the right time, the right opportunity, and you spending some meter, you can get some pretty big combo damage. Next up, I just want to talk about Bison Crouch Heavy Punch. It seems to mildly work as anti-air. Bison traditionally also has struggled against jumpers over the years.
It looks just like Jamie's heavy punch or crouching fierce. So
as far as I can tell, he has no air invincible moves. Like you have to be on the ball, right? Which is definitely a
that's always been the case.
negative in
Oh yeah, he has that.
Street Fighter 6.
It's like the best anti-air in the game.
Crouch Heavy Punch, which seems to work sometimes, and of course Hell Attack, the double medium punch in the air. If you're on the ball, then Bison has at least some anti-air options available to him. At bare minimum, you can get like Hell Attack and get like a slide in or a Psycho Crusher if you're quick. Although he seems to have very high damage potential in that if you get Hell Attack off, go for EX Backhand, cancel that into level 2 Psycho Punisher. It seems to not scale the Psycho Punisher too hard, so you actually get like a very sizable amount of damage, all things told. So if the Bison's on the ball,
I wonder if so. Remember, he said that if you use EX mine or whatever, it knocks the opponent up higher than usual. I wonder if you can get like a different follow-up other than just the super.
Do not jump at him because this hurts a lot more than just, you know, light punch Shoryuken. And just some other things, just for general combo structure, stand medium punch combos into crouch medium punch, and also the various lights. So that makes comboing into either light scissors or light Psycho Crusher very easy. Stand medium into crouch medium seems very strong too, because that is the weakest.
Man, if you get... What did he do there?
The various lights. So that makes comboing into either light scissors or light Psycho Crusher very easy.
Yeah, man, if you have a mine planted, you can, and you get a light into EX kicks, you're sitting pretty. Because then at that point, you could just do EX Psycho Crusher to get that mine to detonate. Granted, then you have to spend, like, you're spending 4 meters for the combo. I wonder if there's any other way to, like, get a guaranteed Psycho Crusher.
In the crouch medium seems very strong too.
Okay, if there's a way of comboing into Psycho Crusher from anything else. I'm assuming there is.
Because,
probably from like a heavy or something.
That is the weakest button that lets you combo into EX Scissor Kick, which has the juggle, from which you can do all sorts of fun things. You can go for like, you know, Psycho Crushers, you can go for supers after the fact. Outside of like your usual light hit confirm combos, it seems to be like the bread and butter party starter. Big fancy drive rush combo would look something like this, where stand mediums can go into back heavy kicks go into stand.
Oh, how did he get into
combos? It seems to be like
Hold
the
on.
bread and
I want to
butter
see how he got into that back heavy kick, because he just did back heavy into Psycho Crusher, right? And I was
big
literally
fancy
just thinking
drive
about
rush
this.
combo would look something like this.
So back heavy, standing medium. Is that standing medium kick?
Where
back heavy? Yeah,
medium.
so back heavy kick into Psycho Crusher is a thing. I wonder if the EX version has enough startup that you can use it. So, in other words, if you have a mine planted and you manage to like whiff punish something or punish something with his back heavy kick and go into EX Psycho Crusher, like that is going to hurt a lot.
This can go into back heavy kicks go into stand heavy kicks, and then, you know, combo out, do your super, all that fun stuff, right?
That's a lot of damage.
Drive rush stand heavy kick goes into back heavy kicks.
Oh, that's stand heavy kick. Okay.
So you can go drive rush heavy, drive rush heavy, drive rush heavy, and then, you know, that's a lot. There's a punish counter button, so you can go for that. I think it's a wood whiff punish button anyway.
Man. He doesn't even need to use it.
Drive rush, crouch medium, stand medium, relink the crouch medium, and then go for scissors to be slightly plus in their face, get whatever pressure. That seems like it would work and it seemed to be pretty okay.
I feel like he doesn't even need to use the drive rush. It leaves him so close. Man, why doesn't any other character I use get that?
And yes, just in case you were wondering, he does have a drive rush cancelable crouch medium kick. So he can do the Street Fighter 6 just like, you know, pretty much all the other good characters. And it's actually one of the best indications that he might be a quality character this game, right? Because crouch.
Yep.
Sweep.
So Bison's just crouching medium kick drive rush. That's what's going to happen.
Into DR is kind of a big deal. So, just some general thoughts on Bison, right? I think he's actually really cool this time around. Certain things, like, say, the Psycho Punisher, it's just like you'd hope. You actually have a good deal of air control over it. You can choose the ranges from, right beside you to full screen. It's invincible startup in my testing, so that's really cool.
Okay.
So, you should be able to
I wonder if his level 1's also invincible. I wonder if he has any invincible reversals.
use it and abuse it like you could in Street Fighter 4. And on that note specifically, just to mention it again, obviously this version of Bison is uniquely his own Street Fighter 6 incarnation, but for people who felt let down by Street Fighter 5 Bison specifically, and they were fans of more classic incarnations of the character, regardless of the game, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 4, CVS2, whatever, this version is more like that. He's incredibly fast, he's got great buttons, good walk speed.
Dude, that walk speed is literally going to give me indigestion.
His ability to do shenanigans in the air with the Devil's Rise, as it were, is very good. His back taunt has an actual hit box attached to it, and he can knock you out with his taunt. Maybe he can't unlock super boss mode through taunts like Akuma can, at least not in a way I could figure out anyways. I tried. I spent more time than I should have, and I had very limited time, so it wasn't the best use of my time.
That does no damage.
But as a Bison fan, as a Bison main in older games, once again, Street Fighter 4, he's my co-main. Street Fighter 2, he is my main character. And I'm just happy he's back to form. He's back to the way I like him. So just me personally, it just puts a smile on my face. He's got just a good mix of all the generations of the character, right? Because there's still a lot of the Street Fighter 5 element in there with the Psycho Mind. Has all the stuff from that V-Trigger 2, just now graduated into the core game plan. My impression of the character is he's basically super pressure. He's going to walk you down, use big buttons, land the mine, and then once the mine's up, it's going to be guessing game city because, are you going to try to take the initiative, or are you going to try to wait him out? And if you try to wait him out, then he might open you up because now he has things like overheads, right? And just general, strong, easy combo abilities. Not difficult from my initial testing of the character. I would not say he's difficult to play.
Also, did he? I forget what he said. He said the knee press or like the flip kicks were punishable, right? Or was he talking about Psycho Crusher? I don't remember.
As or use, kind of keeping with the trend of Akuma. I think he's more.
It's probably like every other move where it's like between -3 and -6, and then the EX version is probably like -2. Or something
more limited than Akuma, because like certain things, like you would think Hell Attack and EX Scissors would work, it doesn't, right? He's not as free form. He can't just do everything like Akuma can, but he's doing the Bison thing, and that's really all I wanted him to do, so I'm good with it. So far, thumbs up from me. Thank you very much, Capcom, for letting me get early hands-on with the character.
This shit's crazy.
And when Bison launches,
I feel like this is a reference to something. Where was this from? I feel like I've seen this before.
Expect a lot more coverage on the channel.
Also, how do you not feel like this 6-foot, 200-pound man on your arm?
In terms of combos and guides and all that. That said, that is the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.
Okay. Shout outs to Rooflemonger, man. This was an excellent video. Again, if you guys also, like, I guess I'll practice what I preach. I can't believe I wasn't subscribed to him already. I'll give him a thumbs up too. Yeah, if you guys like Street Fighter content, if you guys like fighting games content, go follow Rooflemonger, man. He's got some really, really great videos. I'm a fan. I'm also jealous. Okay, that's that.